This recipe calls for garlic butter, and let me show you what I mean by when I say garlic butter. I have a really basic recipe that's gonna leave you smacking your lips when we're finished eating this particular garlic butter. It's really simple to do. Let me show you how to do it. First of all, you're gonna need 3/4 of a stick of butter. You will need 1 teaspoon of Tony's Original Creole seasoning and 1 tablespoon of McCormick's garlic salt. What I like to do is I always like to use a ceramic bowl when I melt butter because it transfers through the microwave a lot better. The heat just goes through a lot better than plastic or even glass. So what I like to do is I'll take the seasoning and I'll put it in the bowl first. The reason I do that is because when I put the butter in there, it starts to mix itself up. Because I don't just throw the butter in there in a stick. I actually take it out of the wrapper and I cut it up in pieces that will allow the heat to transfer quickly, and it becomes easier to distribute the seasoning within the actual butter itself. So I like to cut it straight like this in about 1/4-inch pieces, and then I like to cut those all in half. I usually turn the cutting board over, and now I've cut them all into manageable pieces. At this point, what I'll do is I'll transfer all these items over onto my knife and just kind of push it in there on top of the seasoning, and I'll do the same thing again here, but on the other side of the bowl, because if you don't do it that way, the butter will stick to itself. Once I have it in there, I will actually break it apart with a knife and kind of just make sure that there's air between all of the pieces of butter and mix it up, because when you put this in the microwave, as the recipe calls, that seasoning will also heat up and it will help the butter melt even faster. So mix it all together, and then I want you to put it in the microwave covered with another, like a napkin or another glass bowl or ceramic bowl, and put it in the oven for about 3.5 minutes until it's all melted. And remember to stop it about every minute and mix it up with a spoon or your knife to make sure that you don't overheat it. And you want to make sure that it's all blended in perfectly together. And I assure you that when this is done, you will be wanting more.